Hey guys, it's Frank and Kevin from Cruising with Wheels, and today we're going to talk about cruising, as usual, but more important, cruising with food allergies.
Food. Like Frank said, we're going to be talking about cruising with food allergies today. There are many food allergies. Maybe you're diabetic. Maybe you have celiacs. Maybe you're gluten-free.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah, lactose intolerant. Kosher. What if you're Jewish?
Right.
So the cruise lines do a great job handling food allergies and special requests, and we're going to tell you the steps that you need to do to make sure you don't have a problem while on board.
That's right. Step one is when you book the cruise. When you book the cruise, inform the cruise line that you or someone in your party has a food allergy.
Now, if you're working with a travel agent, you have to tell your travel agent because they're your go-between. Like we use a travel agent, we are only allowed to speak with our agent.
That's right.
We can't speak directly to the cruise line. And once you've told your travel professional, you should request a form from either some companies call them the special needs department, some call them the access desk. Anyways, you need to request this form.
Now, typically, because we've of late have been sailing on NCL, I usually get the NCL special needs form, usually sent via email to us a couple of weeks before we set sail. Just to give you an example, here I have my latest one. This is what I filled out and we faxed in to the access department of NCL 2 weeks before we set sail on our Alaskan cruise. Now, the first page of this guest special request information form, number one, is allergies. That's the first thing on it. Allergies and special diet. And it says, do you have severe food allergies or a special dietary request? Check yes or no. And it says, we can accommodate the following diets: gluten-free, low cholesterol, kosher, vegetarian, low salt, low sugar. We cannot accommodate halal or organic diet. And again, this is particular to NCL. And it says, for any other special diets, please email or fax your detailed requests or any needs you have to the access desk department. And then it says at the end, please meet with a restaurant manager or executive chef once you are on board to discuss further dietary needs.
And that's what we consider the third step. You want to make sure you follow through. Remember, these ships have thousands and thousands of people on board. And so you're going to want to make a stop to the restaurant manager or the head server. And you're just going to want to introduce yourself and tell them that you do have a special dietary need. And then they'll be prepared for you.
Now, one would hope, and again, I don't know, but again, this is always Frank's one would hope, that when you book the cruise or you send in your special needs form to corporate, because sometimes there's a disconnect from corporate to getting information to the actual cruise ship you're on. But one would think and hope that your sail and sign card, your registration of that cruise, would have some kind of notation.
Well, you would think, but I don't know.
You have a dietary or allergy issue attached to you, your cabin, and your card.
I don't know. You would think they would.
That is something we're going to find out when we board the Getaway in November.
Yep. And, we've seen like the kind of behind the scenes of the computer where I think we were at La Bistro, and they swiped our card and it brought up all this information about us, which was really interesting.
It was funny because I think we kind of got a little bit more information. We were on the NCL Jade last October, and when we sat down with the hotel director, he was funny because he pulled our reservation up right on the computer on his desk, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I got all the information on you," and blah 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 blah. So I thought, oh well, that's awesome. But regarding food allergies, I would definitely want to know, is that information attached to my reservation and sale and sign card?
And the last thing you can do is you can always ask for a little mini tour of the galley. I know a lot of people like to do the behind the ship tours, but if you're really concerned, I know we have some people in our family, and I have customers that are severely have celiacs, and request, I want to see, where are they preparing my food? Is there a separation?
Right. If that little tour is going to increase your
level of security
and comfort, try to get a behind-the-scenes tour, because I'd be thinking, I'm on vacation. The last thing I want to happen is that I'm going to get sick because the food wasn't prepared properly in the galley. And,
without cross-contamination.
Right, and there was a breakdown of communication and information from corporate to my cruise ship, and specifically in the dining room where I am eating. So it behooves you to always take control of your own health on your vacation and follow up with the proper people on the cruise ship. Don't leave it to others.
Now, I think we should talk a little bit about the differences between the cruise lines, because in our research and in our travels, we've noticed that they handle it a little bit differently.
Yeah, a little different.
All across the different lines.
And for whatever cruise line you're going to be traveling on, of course, go to the website of that cruise line and investigate everything you need to know. It's not just about specialty dining and the liquor packages or whatever, food and drinks. But if you have allergies, you will find information on their website regarding allergies and their access department and anything else you might need to know.
Also, when we were researching this, we came across cruiseline.com had a great article. Would you say it was?
Yeah, they really kind of broke it down by cruise line in terms of what you need to know about food allergies. So,
and I'll link that in the description below.
I encourage you to go to cruiseline.com because they kind of put it all together for you, and we're briefly going to just talk a little bit about it.
And this is an unsolicited shout out for cruiseline.com.
Right.
We do not get paid by them. We do not
don't know them.
They don't sponsor us.
They don't know us.
So,
but we found it out there
yeah.
as we research, like we always do. We do our homework. So we're going to pass that along. So let's go through a few of the cruise lines.
Let's talk about a biggie. We'll talk about Carnival first, right?
Right.
We have got a lot of Carnival cruisers that follow us, and it's always a huge question about food allergies and how do they handle them. So what we found is Carnival is really, really great with food allergies. You are able to eat in any of their restaurants, main or specialty, and most of the buffet.
Right.
You just have to pay attention to the signs. They offer gluten-free, vegetarian, and dairy-free options.
Low fat, low sugar, sugar-free this. Oh, God, Lord, we stay away from that. If I'm going to put it in my mouth, it's going to be as much sugar as I can get. Sorry.
So I know NCL, since we're talking about major brands, they also are really great with food allergies. And they pretty much can address any food allergy that you might have. They also have a separate kitchen area that they prep food for gluten-free options, so that There is no cross-contamination. And the number of ships that we've been on, most of the ships we've been on, we've been in the galley and been behind the scenes in them. And I can assure you, they have a full separate kitchen
it's really
just for gluten-free.
fascinating.
It's amazing.
And NCL says that they can address any food allergy prep issue you might have. So, awesome. Who's next?
Well, Celebrity was very interesting to me.
Yes, it was.
Because in the recent years, they've hired a company called Dinaware, and they started in 2016.
Right, so what do they do?
And what they do is they help them train their staff how to handle food allergies, how to recognize the food allergies, how to make sure that the food is properly prepped.
What ingredients are involved in an allergic reaction.
Right, and also how they can delineate who at that table has the food allergy, how to process that. They really do a good job of training their staff.
Wow, kudos to Celebrity to hiring a third-party company to do proper safety training for their guests.
Yes.
I'm really impressed with that.
And with respect to Celebrity, you're okay to pretty much eat anywhere within the buffet or all the restaurants on Celebrity, and they will address your food allergy. Now, I will mention that if you're eating in a specialty restaurant, you should bring it up to your server. Always, 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 always bring it up to your server or the maitre d'.
Because no matter where you are, again, it is your responsibility to, when you are ordering your food in the main dining room or specialty restaurant, or you're doing the line in the buffet, that you are the one that are asking the questions. How is this made? What is in it? I am allergic to the following. Talk to the chef if you need to talk to the chef. If you're not comfortable that the maitre d' is giving you the proper answers, and it sounds a little iffy, talk to the one who's preparing the food. It's your right.
Yes. Now, what I found interesting with the next cruise line was that they have no separate kitchens.
Now, who's that?
And it's very surprising to me. Disney Cruise Lines have no separate kitchens. They may have a separate prep area. We're not sure. We couldn't get a response out of them for it. But Disney has no separate kitchens. But they say that they, quote, make every reasonable effort to handle the food allergies and the prepping.
So, but what does that mean?
I don't know.
I mean, that's, well, we don't have this and we don't have that, but we'll make reasonable accommodations and efforts. Well, all right, okay. And they tell you that with allergies, only in the dining rooms.
Yeah, only eating in the main dining room.
You stay away from the buffets.
And stay away from the specialty restaurants.
Can't guarantee, but they will make reasonable accommodations in the dining rooms only. And that's pretty much where you're going to be eating. So
now, they do specifically require you not only to fill out the form with Disney, but you also have to notify the head server.
Right. And this seems pretty standard for all of them, which is always one-on-one contact with the maitre d' or server and asking the questions, not relying on some piece of paper you faxed into their corporate office.
Exactly. Now, I know we didn't have it written down on our paper, on our notes, but there's another biggie, Royal Caribbean, and we do know that they have separate areas for prepping for gluten-free allergies, dairy-free allergies. They have a separate kitchen area, at least on their larger ships.
Right.
But again, you want to follow the same kind of guidelines.
Right.
And they do have gluten-free, dairy-free, some kosher options on certain sailings within the buffet area as well.
Right. So, yeah, food allergies is a big deal. And it's not just of, if I eat this, I'm going to get a little sick. You may die.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so severe, it is a life or death issue. So this is nothing to play around with.
Well, that leads us to another topic within food allergies, which is kids. I know that a lot of my customers' children have, say, peanut allergies or nut allergy or there's multiple allergies.
Right. Someone walking through a room with a peanut butter sandwich, just walking through, could set off an attack for a child. I mean, it's.
And I don't know how many flights we've been on
Right.
where they've said, "I'm sorry, we're not serving
Right.
peanuts. Someone has a peanut allergy."
We had a woman and her kids that sat behind us on a flight where their kids had severe allergies. Man, she pulled out those Clorox wipes, those canisters,
That's right.
and she was wiping down everything, the chairs, the trays, everything, because as a mother or father, she doesn't know who sat there before she got on. She doesn't know how well the plane cleaning staff wiped those seats and trays down.
Yeah, they don't really do that. They have like 5 minutes to clean that
you
plane.
know how fast it goes. Picking up trash, putting little blankets and pillows in place, magazines, whatever, and they're out. So, again, behooves you to take control of your family's health.
You just love that.
I love behoove.
But we thought that this would be a good opportunity to talk about how some of the cruise lines handle food allergies
For your kids.
while they're in a child's program.
Yeah. Because kids' programs are really big. Child care, activity programs. You're out in the casino, cha-ching, cha-ching, and you've got your kid in one of the kids' programs. But your child suffers from an allergy. How concerned should you be as to how they're going to handle it should something happen?
So as of the time of this video, okay, I'm going to preface
Always.
that because, we get it all the time. People watch a video we did 2 years ago and they say, oh, they changed. It's, that's not the right information. Well, you're watching an old video.
Check the date of the video. Just like you research anything on YouTube, you check the date that it was made.
So let's start out with what I think is one of the larger cruise lines for children to cruise on. And that would be, of course, Carnival Cruise Lines. Right. And how do they handle...
Well, Carnival actually provides EpiPens.
Oh, yes, that's right. They have it right. The EpiPens are right in the children's areas, right?
Right. They provide the EpiPens. They provide snacks and meals. And they are prepared for kids with allergies. So it sounds like they're very well-rounded. And
kind of preemptive strike.
Yes. That at any time a child could walk into the room and they know what they're doing.
Now, I would say, regardless of any cruise line or the information we give you today, you should always, when you register them for the children's programs, bring up the fact that little Johnny or Susie is allergic to blah, blah, blah.
Whatever.
Okay? But that sounds really great about Carnival, right?
You bring your child, you drop them off, they're all signed in. My Janie is allergic to peanuts. What do you do if she has an attack? How will you take care of her? Because I'm not leaving, going to the casino until I know what your procedures and your protocols are. That's your job.
Well, and from what we understand, Carnival staff members are also certified or allowed, I guess, I don't know if certified is the right word, to administer these EpiPens. Because as you'll find out when we get to some of the other ones.
Not all are.
So what about Celebrity?
Let's go. Celebrity, now, Celebrity is not allowed, the staff is not allowed to give EpiPen shots to your children.
They notify the
That's right.
They notify the medical staff
now,
immediately, though.
Again, the parents go in, you register your kids. You, as a parent, leave the EpiPen.
That's right. You have
with
to provide
it.
it.
Right. The parents have to provide the EpiPen should an emergency arise. The staff, they are trained to recognize when an attack is happening. So when they see it, they may have the EpiPen you left with them, but they cannot administer it. They immediately call the ship's medical team, and the medical professionals on the ship will go up to the kids' area, and they will administer the Epi shot.
Now, what they do that is, I guess, preemptive and nice, is they do not serve any snacks of any kind so as to not irritate someone's
Because
allergy.
so many different kids are allergic to so many different things. You would say, well, that's a gluten issue, that's a peanut issue, that's a this issue. So no snacks are provided, and they don't allow you as a parent to bring in snacks with your kid when you drop them off. Again, it's the same thing. Nothing is brought in that might affect someone else's kid.
Now with Disney, that's another huge line.
Right. Especially where kids are involved.
Where kids are involved. The staff are allowed to give an EpiPen shot if need be.
And the parents must provide the EpiPen.
However, we don't know anything about snacks because they didn't get back to us about that.
Nothing about food involved. NCL, the last one we have, NCL provides EpiPens in the kids' areas. However, they say nothing about who is allowed to administer the EpiPen, whether it's the staff that's in charge of the children's area. They don't or whether they will call a medical team member. They don't say. So again, if you're on board, that's the question you need to ask.
We need to ask that question the next time we go on the ship.
It's like, it's nice to know you provide it, but who's trained to administer it? You or someone from a medical team?
You know what else would be interesting to find out? If they allow the child to administer their own EpiPen.
Right. How old is the child that you're leaving? And maybe they do it at home.
I know.
Like,
I do my own Epi.
Yeah, I give my Epi shot. What's your problem? What? I have to wait for who to come up? No, thank you. Give me the pen. I'm used to doing it myself. Now, as parents, we know that you all try to do your due diligence and you go step by step, and you're probably doing all the things we're talking about today, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Now, we have heard, and we pulled a comment from a subscriber from Cruise Critic, and Frank's going to read you what happened.
Right. So it says, we cruised with my 15-month-old in January, and he has dairy and hazelnut allergies.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know, hazelnut allergies. Now, we were with friends, and their 13-month-old is allergic to all nuts, including coconut. Oh. I know. Now, contact special needs to make a note of the allergies. Now, the day you board the ship, you meet with the maitre d'. They will have the time listed in the fun times. Okay. Tell them about the allergies, and they will give you the night's menu to order dinner for that night, so they could provide you information ahead of time. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, after that, you will just order the night before while at dinner. I believe you can also place orders for breakfast and brunch at the same time. The buffet will be hard, and you can try and get someone to direct you to someone that can tell you what items are safe. That's why a lot of cruise ships, buffets are very iffy.
Now, does she say what cruise line she was on?
I
don't think she does.
I know. It says, bring lots of safe, pre-packaged snacks for on board or while you're in port. Excellent idea.
Now, we do that.
Yes.
We do that. I'm diabetic.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like I'm going to faint. So...
it'll be more difficult than you were used to, and dinner sometimes took a bit longer. The food will be prepared in a different area. For some items on the menu, they can make substitutes to make it allergen-free. Now, one night they subbed soy milk and something else in the pasta dish. Unfortunately, it was not good, but they will do everything they can to accommodate you. Again, reasonable accommodations. Now, my friend's daughter was not a big eater and liked to share her dinner, so she would just order like she was the one with the allergy. Oh. Good luck, of course. Bring extra allergy meds and Benadryl for any surprise reactions. I also brought lots of extra diapers, wipes, and clothes in case of tummy troubles. What happened when you're traveling with 11-month and 13-year-old babies. If he did have something with milk in it that would upset his little tummy. So again, sounds like they're addressing pitfalls they've encountered on previous cruises. But you never know with somebody bringing a dessert, give this child a cookie, and I believe in another comment, one of the kids was about to hand the cookie to one of the other kids at the table, and the cookie had nuts in it, and the child was allergic to nuts. And thankfully the parents noticed it and grabbed it, and that would have been a whole big other trouble. So again, there are multiple people at your table, and what one child is not allergic to, another child is. So food sharing, and kids, they're just handing food to here you go, here you go. Can I taste that cookie? Sure.
We didn't talk about this before we started filming, but I actually saw on the Gem in 2015, one of the parents had brought along with her, those little "Hello, my name is" cards. Mm-hmm. She had brought those stickers with her, and every day she put a sticker on her son that said, "Hello, my name is James. I'm allergic to nuts."
Oh, wow. So can you imagine you walk away to go to the bathroom and somebody walks by, "Oh, honey, you're so cute. Oh, my God. Here, have a cookie." And they're giving your kid a cookie that maybe has nuts in it. And they think they're being nice because your kid is so cute. Meanwhile, your child has a massive, severe allergic reaction. So that's an awesome idea.
It's an awesome idea, and I forgot to mention that to you.
It's like saying, "Hi, my name is Johnny. Please don't feed me with killer foods. I'm allergic to nuts." But that is an awesome, excellent idea. What else do we have to talk about as we wrap up? There's so much information out there online that you can research while cruising with food allergies, and avail yourself of everything you can read up on and kind of make a game plan, a checklist. We're all about checklists. A checklist of what you need to do from the moment you book the cruise and things to look out for while you're on board the ship. So, I think we've covered a lot of stuff. On behalf of Kevin and myself from Cruising with Wheels, we want to remind you to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. What color is it?
It's red.
Red. Subscribe.
We also want to remind you that we have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat.
That's right.
Until next time, we also want to remind you to
travel safe
and cruise often.
Bye-bye.